This is L2C Media Network, and this is Sports Final. Today, we pledge to bring you sports, fun, and excitement, or your money back. Aren't you glad this is free? Here now with the headlines that make the good stuff grow. Here's Steve. All right, thank you, Harry. How you doing? Good evening, everybody. It's good to see you tonight, which it is. Good to see you every night here in this broadcast. And yes, as the title dictates, Mandy Summers does rock. That's right. We had quite a little visitation here on the old showgram. It was, of course, Mandy Summers, Peter Gilmore. Mandy Summers, of course, the woman who made. This is where I show the I show the propaganda. Yeah, well, I show something again. Yes. Hey, what do I show? Do I show anything? Yes, I do. I show that I gotta find stuff. Hey, get your own bags. Anyway, we always start with a monologue. This is your monologue. Yes, Mandy Summers, the woman who created What the Wizard. That's right. Get a good shot. We're gonna full screen it. There you go. Hello, I'm What the Wizard. Would you like to know how I am a new hero of comics? Well, order yourself What the Wizard. All right, there we go. Okay, What the Wizard, of course, and some other good stuff too. She is fulfilling those that have got a Pirate Queen. Ooh. And yes, friends, What the Wizard, the sequel, is a coming. Yep, it's a coming. Don't you just love it? It's a coming. Okay. I love comic books. I love Comicsgate. To Mandy and her crew, you guys are saving the comic book industry big time. And speaking of industries that need saving, hey, it's time for little sports boobalas. That's right. Let's give you sports from around the world. How is it we used to say it long ago before we got this thing? Around the world, around the nation, and up your address. Hey, all right. We're ready. Are you? Good. It's sports. It's time to go completely gaga. By the way, those of you who saw the inauguration, I gotta tell you, I was never more prouder for Lady Gaga. She belted out one hell of a national anthem, but that young lady that did the poem, wowza! Was she on point on that? It was a very nice inauguration. But now it's time for everybody to just, ohm. And this is the only thing I'll say about it. Much like sports, politics is on the clock. Mr. Biden, good luck and congratulations. And with that said, let's get to it, shall we? All right, let's get you some headlines, boys and girls. Little headlines that we have for you tonight. We got some big headlines, too. So let's get going. We may be just 2 games away from Super Bowl 55. But the injury blood, yeah, we got them injury bloods. The injuries are still affecting the 4 remaining teams in the postseason. Not only that, but weather will also be a factor because there's a chance of rain and snow. Wow. and or snow in some areas. But let's get to focus. Everyone is focused on the Kansas City Chiefs as rookie star running back Clyde Edwards-Helaire missed the divisional round matchup with the Cleveland Browns due to an ankle hip injury. And of course, the reigning Super Bowl MVP Patrick Mahomes went down with a very peculiar neck concussion injury during the game. He remains in the old concussion protocol, but his status for Sunday's championship tilt against the Bills looking up was a reason to doubt he will be ready. Well, let's evaluate, shall we? Buccaneers at the Packers. That's our first of the championship dip. Now, the Bucs outside linebacker Jason Pierre-Paul did not practice on Wednesday and was listed with a knee, not injury-related tag. Wide receiver Antonio Brown sat out with a knee injury. Brown underwent a MRI earlier this week on his injured knee, but the results showed no serious damage. He's listed as day-to-day, aren't we all? Leading into the NFC Championship game, several important players were listed as limited participants on Wednesday, however, such as wide receiver Mike Evans, knee, wide receiver Chris Godwin, quadricep, running back Ronald Jones, quad, finger, toe, no. Cornerback Sean Murphy Bunting, quad, and safety Jordan Whitehead, knee. Defensive lineman Jeremy Ledbetter, calf, and offensive guard Ali Marpet, pectoral, were listed as full participants. All the Packers were present and accounted for at practice on Wednesday, but 10 players were listed as limited participants. Those were linebacker Chris Barnes, thumb, kicker Mason Crosby, shoulder, running back A.J. Dillon, quadricep, defensive lineman Kingsley Keke, concussion, wide receiver Alan Lazard, wrist back, tight end Mercedes Lewis, knee, pass rusher Zadarius Smith, thumb, wide receiver Equanimus St. Brown, knee, ankle, offensive tackle Rick Wagner, knee, and running back Jamal Williams, ankle. Safety Will Redmond was a full participant with a knee injury. How about the Bills and the Chiefs? Oh, defensive tackle Vernon Butler had a quad. Wide receiver Gabriel Davis, ankle. Well, they missed practice for the Bills on Wednesday, while wide receiver Stephon Diggs was limited with an oblique injury. In good news, such as it is, concerning the wide receiver position, Cole Beasley was no longer listed on the injury report with the knee issue he'd been dealing with. Defensive lineman Quentin Jefferson was a limited participant with an ankle injury. Defensive end Darrell Johnson was a full participant with a knee injury. And Tremaine Edmonds was a full participant, but listed with a hamstring injury. Mahomes was back on the practice field for the Chiefs on Wednesday. He was originally listed as being a full participant with concussion and toe injuries. Being listed as a full participant was not exactly accurate like a Swiss watch, however, as the star quarterback still remains in the concussion protocol. Chiefs later updated their injury report to say Mahomes was a limited participant. The NFL's Mike Garafolo, because today's report was more of a projection because it was basically a glorified walkthrough. Now, Edwards-Helaire was a limited participant in practice with his ankle hip injury, which is a good sign for Sunday. Yeah, it's a good sign for football, but what if you're doing the hokey pokey? I mean, come on. Wide receiver Sammy Watkins, limited with a calf injury. On the defensive side of the ball, starting cornerback Bashad Breeland was a limited participant with a concussion and shoulder injury, and fellow cornerback Rashad Fenton was limited with a foot injury. The only player who missed practice on Wednesday for the Chiefs was linebacker Willie Gay Jr. with an ankle injury. There you go, your injury report for the two championship games. Fox and CBS will be your home for those. NFC will be Fox, and of course, no, AFC. Yeah, NFC, Fox, AFC, CBS. There you go. Let's keep the good times rolling, shall we? Yes, we shall. Okay. In the Hot Stove League, well, It got a little smoldering. The Twins had fortified the rotation by agreeing to terms with the veteran lefty starter J.A. Happ on a one-year contract, Jeff Pazan of ESPN reported. The deal is pending a physical. According to John Heyman, the contract will be worth $8 million. The 38-year-old Happ spent the last 2.5 seasons with the Yankees. In the abbreviated 2020 season, he pitched to a 3.47 ERA and a 2.80 strikeout to walk ratio across 9 months. For his career, Happ has an ERA plus of 104, 298 starts, 26 relief appearances. Those results are spread across parts of 14 big league seasons, a plurality of which came with the Blue Jays coming into 2020-2021 offseason. Happ was not ranked among the top 60 free agents of CBSSports.com. Now, Minnesota, Happ will likely slot in the rotation behind Jose Berrios, Kenta Maeda, and Michael Pineda, and presumably ahead of Randy Dobnak. The Twins in 2021 will be aiming to win their third straight AL Central title, but they should be challenged by the up-and-coming Chi-Town White Sox. Ooh, that's going to be interesting to see, don't you think? Yes, indeed. Okay, we continue on. We got 40 minutes, and we're going to do it proper. And let's get going, folks. By the way, Tiger Woods suffered another back spasm, so he has sort of withdrawn from a couple of golf tournaments. And speaking of golf, we got some news for you on that. The favorite for this week's American Express tournament is no longer in the golf tournament, as Jon Rahm withdrew from the field on Monday. Rahm won this tournament in 2018, was by far the highest-ranked player originally in the field. After withdrawing, Rahm gave a reason for his decision later in the week. Quote, "Truth is, I hurt myself in the gym on Friday. I'm taking time off now, trying to be smart. I could play right now, but I don't want to make it worse," Rahm told Colt Knost of SiriusXM Radio. That'd be a good name. Colt Knost. "I'm feeling good, just not 100%. I could play and make the cut, maybe even a top 20, but if I don't think I can win, then no point in playing." How very zen. Rahm's manager does expect him to return next week at the Farmers Insurance Open, where he's a former champion. Bum, 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 bum. Rahm competed in the Tournament of Champions in Hawaii 2 weeks ago, finished tied for 7th following a torrid, hot closing kick in 2020. Starting with the Memorial last summer, Rahm closed with 8 top 10s in the last 12 tournaments worldwide, including wins at both the Memorial and the BMW Championship. Now, that run pushed him into his highest ranking ever to finish calendar year, number 2. And he currently trails only Dustin Johnson in the OWGR, albeit by a fairly wide margin. Rahm is the leader in strokes gained at this tournament. Over the last decade, he finished 6th and 1st in his last 2 outings there. Now, there is obviously a fantasy and gaming component to this news as well. Beyond Rahm, Patrick Cantlay, Patrick Reed, Brooks Koepka, and Scotty Scheffler were favored to win this tournament, which is slated to feature neither amateurs, like normally, nor crowds. And additionally, the tournament will be played at just the PGA West Stadium course and PGA West Nicklaus course. La Quinta Country Club has been taken out of the rotation as is not needed because the field has essentially been cut in half with the Pro-Am portion removed. Yes, they removed. And they removed it and replaced it with an artery. There you go. Okay, we'll have more headlines, including Larry Scott is a man without a football organization. I will explain that. He is a commissioner on the beach. Let's put it this way. By the way, our scoreboard, as always, is sponsored by William Hill Sportsbooks. William Hill Sportsbook is coming to Michigan. Bet on yourself. Okay, let's give you the NBA scores while we are here gabbing our fists. Gabbing our fist, yes. Okay, we got some scores of games that are still going on. And here we go. Fourth quarter, which is great. Let's try that again. Fourth quarter, 5:49 remaining in the game. Phoenix Suns over the Houston Rockets, 101-88. How's that trade doing for you, Houston? 7:59 remaining in the fourth quarter. It is the LA Clippers over the Sacramento Kings, 99-85. Third quarter ends, and the Warriors of Golden State lead San Antonio Spurs 90-71. And now some final scores for your entertainment pleasure. Dallas Mavericks over the Indiana Pacers, 124-112. Philadelphia 76ers over the Boston Celtics, 117-109. It took 2 overtimes, but finally, the fun folk over at Cleveland, the Cavaliers, beat the Brooklyn Nets, 147-135. Game took overtime, and ouch. The Atlanta Hawks decimated the Detroit Pistons 123-115. Miami Heat over the Toronto Raptors 111-102. And the Orlando Magic beat the Minnesota Timberwolves by 97-96. Following games were postponed because of COVID. The Washington Wizards, Charlotte Hornets, Memphis Grizzlies, Portland Trail Blazers game, and that was that for that. Yes. Yes, it was. Okay, that was your NBA. Now, how about the NC2A? That's right, the NC2A. 2A. Let's get you over to the NCAA basketball little dilly wop. Oh boy, I tell you. Ooh. It's been a long day, and it's going to be even a longer day tomorrow. Don't ask me why, but we're finally getting our little house on the prairie here finished. Took a while, but we're finally getting the hang of this. Okay, if we are ready, then let's get to, thank you. The NCAA men's basketball little lineup, and there's a little lineup. Oh, my kitty is hollering.
What? We're still right here.
Okay. Let's get to the boards, shall we?
Well, get up there then. There's a girl.
There you go, sweetheart. You're in your bed. Yeah, go sleepy.
Go sleepy.
Okay, by the way, that's my mom you're hearing. Anyway, let's get to it. Scoreboard time. And of course, once again, the scoreboard is sponsored by William Hill Sportsbooks. I keep saying that because, well, it is. Here we go.
It's halfway between a sea photo and a burn board.
Thank you very much.
It's a sterile. It's a sterile background that really expresses nothing.
Okay, we're giving you the scores. There they are.
It's a boy. Is really what I say.
This is going to be the strangest version of a scoreboard.
Is that right? Are you at your house? Yeah,
So, forgive me if the background is going here. 8th ranked Houston beat Tulsa 86-59. 10th ranked Wisconsin beat Northwestern 68-52. Providence beat number 11th ranked Creighton 74-70. Georgia Tech over number 20 Clemson 83-65.
just sit them down and I explain that it's a union
There we go.
violation.
Now you can be able to hear.
And that they can
Got some games postponed. 5th ranked Texas and Iowa State. 12th ranked Texas Tech, TCU. North Carolina State and 13th ranked Virginia. Boston College, 16th ranked Virginia Tech. 17th ranked Minnesota and Nebraska. Xavier, 23rd ranked University of Connecticut, and 25th ranked St. Louis and UMass. You must remember this. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's go to the NCAA ladies. Yes, ladies' night. And it feels so right. Oh, yeah, it's ladies' night. Oh, what a night. Ooh, what a night. All right, we got the women. Let's get you the scores, at least of some of the games with the ladies. There we go. Let's go to it. Let's get the ladies up here. All right, the ladies scoreboard. 9th ranked Baylor, 77-58 winner over Oklahoma State. Games that were postponed. 14th ranked South Florida, Wichita State, and 18th ranked DePaul and Villanova. There you go. Now that we've done that, let's get to the hockey.
It's English toffee.
That's right. Here's your hockey. Here's your scoreboard. Here's your scoreboard for hockey. All right, we continue on the slow boat to China. And it feels good. So let's get to it. Let's motivate. And we got some games still in progress. Let's go to the board. Early in the third, Minnesota Wild leads the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim 3-2. In the second intermission, the Golden Knights lead the Arizona Coyotes 3-1. End of the second period, which means they're in the second intermission as well. Montreal Canadiens, Vancouver Canucks tied at 3. Here are your final scores. Oilers over the Maple Leafs 3-1. Koskinen for Edmonton, 25 saves. Matthews for Toronto, 1 goal. Drazel for Edmonton, 1 goal. Final score in a shootout: Sharks over the San Jose Sharks, and the St. Louis Blues 2-1. Final score: Sharks over the Blues. Carlson for San Jose. Shine for St. Louis, 1 goal. Kyrou for St. Louis, 1 goal. Not 1 goal, 1 assist. Also, in the hockey news tonight, Washington Capitals were fined $100,000. They became the first NHL team to get not just slapped, they got bitch slapped with a fine for breaking COVID protocols this season. They will have to pay $100,000 and lose some players to the protocol absences list. Among the players lost include the big guy Alec Ovechkin, Evgeny Kuznetsov, Dmitry Orlov, and Ilya Samsonov. The team released a statement Wednesday expressing their disappointment in the players that broke protocol. Nasty. Ovechkin also released a personal statement giving an apology for his role in breaking protocol, which led to the punishment and his absence in upcoming games. Now, it's not entirely clear whether the league response to this outbreak is a result of the team coming forward with news of this inter-squad hotel interaction or someone reporting it to the league. It's also not clear if the lack of fines for the other clubs, Hurricanes, Blue Jackets, Red Wings, Panthers, Wild, Predators, Devils, Islanders, Flyers, Lightning, and Jets, all had players on the COVID protocol absence list, is due to not having a direct incident to point to as to why players were on that list to begin with. And the Capitals are still scheduled to play against Buffalo Sabres on Friday. That might be in jeopardy. Yeah, might be in jeopardy.
and then asking these questions. Not was prepared.
Okey dokers. Let's
The first question she asked was, "What's your social security number?"
keep going and tell you about what has gone on in college football. The Pac-12 conference, I should say the troubled Pac-12 conference, has launching a search for a new commissioner after more than a decade with Larry Scott. That's right. Pac-12 Commissioner Larry Scott's tenure as the league's top executive will end on June 30th, the league announced Wednesday night. Scott, 56 years young, and the conference mutually agreed on the decision, even though his contract was set to run through June 2022. Scott has helmed the league since 2009, overseeing its expansion to 12 schools and helping with the launch of the trouble-plagued Pac-12 network. But more recently, the league has dealt with decreased prestige in football and men's basketball, as well as well-publicized financial woes, especially when it comes to the Pac-12 network. Of course, here's the big old statement. We appreciate Larry's efforts in growing the conference by adding new competitive university programs and accelerating the Pac-12's television network parity with the other conferences, end quote. Oregon President Michael Schill said in a statement, quote, "At one point, our television agreement was the most lucrative in the nation, and the debut of the Pac-12 network helped deliver our championship brand to U.S. and global markets on traditional and digital platforms." That said, the intercollegiate athletic marketplace doesn't remain static, and now's a good time to bring in a new leader who will help us develop our go-forward strategy. Now, he was the highest-paid commissioner in college athletics at $4.8 million per year, which is higher than the combined salaries of the Big Ten and SEC commissioners. Asked what his legacy would be, Scott told Dennis Stott of CBS Sports, "I don't know. That's for others to say." Wow. Weird. Now, through his tenure, Scott was known for his lavish spending. The conference reportedly They paid $7 million in rent annually for its downtown San Francisco offices after the Pac-12 moved its basketball tournament to Vegas. The Oregonian reported a resort casino comped Scott use of a 3,400 square foot suite. Scott's undoing ultimately may have been the trouble-plagued Pac-12 network. The wholly owned venture, launched in 2012, suffered distribution issues from which it could never quite recover. The network just never was seen by enough viewers to make it valuable, as it could never work out an agreement for carriage on DirecTV, one of the largest cable systems in the country. Fans all over the region complained about not being able to see their teams. As of 2015, the network was available in 90 million homes, but only 15 million subscribed. His time was marred by scandal as well. Scott was criticized for essentially having his conference pay for coverage in the LA Times. When the idea was revealed, the practice was quickly stopped. A national search for Scott's replacement will immediately commence, the league said in a statement.
Yeah, just a silly mistake.
So,
I guess I look pretty.
you want to move it just a little bit up? Thank you.
Progressive is always here for you with round-the-clock service.
Okay, and more Tennessee volunteers are leaving the school in droves. 4 Tennessee starters this time. That's right, an exodus of talent from the Tennessee football program appears to be underway after the fire and 9 staff members left the volunteers in limbo this week. Leading rusher Eric Ray, lead tackle Henry Tutu, Both entered the transfer portal on Wednesday, according to 24/7 Sports, underscoring the issues the program's next coach will face in rebuilding the roster amid the looming possibility of sanctions. Gray ran for 1,311 yards and 8 touchdowns on 258 carries in 2 seasons, while also catching 43 passes for 369 yards and 3 touchdowns. Do it! Meanwhile, racked up 140 tackles in 2 seasons. The two are among several Tennessee players who have either transferred or entered the portal in recent days. Most notably,
Charles P. Pierce and Ashley McBride. John Oliver is with us.
Somewhere.
He's at a home near his home in New York City.
Where are
We
we?
miss so much.
Yeah,
I
just
mean,
go up there. Thank you.
My next guest is the former
Most notably, former 5-star offensive tackle Wanda Morris announced Monday he plans to transfer to Oklahoma after making 19 starts at Tennessee. Quarterbacks Jarrett Guarantano, Washington State, and JT Shroud of Colorado, along with running back Ty Chandler of North Carolina, wide receiver Brandon Johnson, UCF, and linebacker DeAndre Johnson of Miami, are among the team's other profile departures so far, University administrators said Monday. They plan to hire a new athletic director to replace the retiring Philip Firmer before hiring Pruitt's replacement. Wow. And we got it with that. Time now to do a little media hunting. It's time to check out awfulannouncing.com. Find out if we got some media nibbles from the world of the sports media. We've already done the story
on a day like this, in a time like this,
about
that there was that continuity. The president, I thought, gave a great speech. Musical performances.
Yeah, about the commissioner of Pac-12. So don't need to do that.
Amanda Gordon.
Whoa!
Really
What
set
the
the
heck?
tone for the day. So it was a great day. She was amazing. I saw when you were one of the first people to get there, and I know you probably can't being where you are in your stature, but I couldn't help but get emotional watching everything. Just even everyone just coming, the way that the Capitol was decorated.
There we are. Okay.
So patriotic and so proud. And you see the flag.
Well,
flying.
what did John Heyman, Ken Rosenthal, Hazel May, and Michael Brantley have? Oh, excuse me. Let's try that again. What do Hazel May, Ken Rosenthal, and John Heyman have in common? Well, those three and others reported the Michael Brantley to Toronto deal before he went to Houston. Ooh, what a mess. Yes, indeed. What a mess. Many U.S. national insiders were also wrong on this one. Baseball transactions have often seen some unexpected people breaking news, whether that's Wetbutt 23 in Katy Perry's booty hole or Brendan Kuhn in Joy Vendetta. But Wednesday provided a remarkable reversal there, with TV host Hazel May and multiple U.S. baseball insiders, including Fox's Ken Rosenthal, the John Heyman of The Athletic, and Major League Baseball. Oh, wait a minute. Let's read that again. Including Ken Rosenthal of Fox and The Athletic and John Heyman of MLB Network, reporting that outfielder Michael Brantley was headed to the Toronto Blue Jays before the eventful confirmation that he was instead returning to the Houston Astros. Ha ha. Now, as you know, Tuesday baseball is a sport where local sources can sometimes break national news before the national insiders get it. But in this case, guess what? The reports appear to have been premature, and that led to some awkward tweets Wednesday for those who reported that the Brantley deal was done in Toronto before the actual news of that deal being done in Houston emerged. Wow. Okay, let's keep the love going here. Famed Canadian sportscaster Warren Woodsy Woods passed away at 66 after a battle with COVID-19. By the way, Grizzlies and Blazers became the 16th NBA game postponed within the first month of the season. And Philip Rivers has decided to retire
at this point,
It's kind of crazy, love, though.
that's crazy, love. But at this point,
as from football, will he be going to the NFL broadcasting
I'm
career,
going to assume that you're not
or
sleeping with your son.
is he going to be coaching high school football in Alabama?
Because you're sneaking your
I
son's
think
room.
we all know where he's going. High school
don't
football in
think it.
Alabama.
No, I do not.
Okay. He says you do more laundry than usual.
All right.
His room is near the laundry room.
No,
Do we have further?
Is this room near the laundry room?
No, we do not. Oh, yeah, we do.
He says your son hugs you
Well,
from behind.
yeah, let's do this.
Kisses you on your neck.
That's a lot.
Now, the NCAA tournament windows will look a little bit different this year.
Behind my mother,
How
gave her a
different?
kiss on the cheek, like, you know,
On Tuesday, the NC2A rolled out the schedule for the 2021 men's basketball tournament, which will completely take place in the state of Indiana due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. In addition to the geographically tight game sites, there are several other notable changes to this year's tournament. Leave us to begin. March 18th will be the first four. March 19th, 20th, first round. 21st, 22nd, second round. 27th, 28th, Sweet 16. 29th, 30th, the Elite Eight. April 3rd, the Final Four. And April 5th, be the national championship. In short, the first four games have been condensed from 2 days into one and pushed back from Tuesday and Wednesday to Thursday. The first and second rounds have been bumped back a day. The Sweet 16 and Elite Eight have been pushed back 2 days. Final Four national championships remain on their traditional schedule. Now, as for game windows, the NCAA is understandably fuzzy so far. For the first 2 rounds, typical broadcast windows are mentioned across the NCAA's TV partners: CBS, TNT, TBS, and True TV. In the Sweet 16, each of the 8 games will have its own window, which makes sense, given that the round will take place on the weekend rather than Thursday and Friday. The Elite 8 games will take place in prime time on Monday and Tuesday. Now, this year, CBS has the Final Four national championship. The Sweet 16 and the Elite 8 will air on both CBS and TBS, and True TV is expected to air the first 4 once again. Now, aside from that, the exclusive Sweet 16 windows on weekends is an interesting development, and no one should be shocked if the NC2A looked into keeping that arrangement in a post-pandemic world. We'll find that out as we continue. Okay, we are at 12:13. Do we have hidden motives? Do we have a little fun here? Yes, we do. Let's tell you what's coming up tonight on Lost Explaining the Interwebs on the Ricada Law Channel here on YouTube with humble Minnesota attorney Nick Ricada. And
you call her, she's like, "Hey, honey," and then she's like,
and wow. What can we say? But I don't think we got a. Do we guys have a?
Phone's ringing. Let's stop for a second.
She ain't gonna do that. She's not gonna do
Do we have
she gonna answer that phone. You know what I'm saying? Make me think that something is not going on.
Yes, we do. Ty Beard has returned from COVID distance, along with asset protection and political postures. That's right. Ty Beard is back, looking better than ever. So the bad boys are reunited, and it feels so good. It's the Ricada Law Channel, Lost Explaining the Interwebs with Nick Ricada and Ty Beard. Tonight, in fact, they're 14 minutes into their show. Well, before we continue on, let's
the reason why I not brought it to her attention. I said,
I cheat on you because you sleep with your son.
No, because she sleep around with the guy.
Oops. Sorry about that. I know you were watching. Okay, let's get to our football fixtures. So here we go. In the Premier League, Leeds United and Southampton were postponed. Manchester United beat Aston Villa 2-0, and Manchester United, that's Manchester City, beat Aston Villa 2-0. Manchester United beat Fulham 2-1. Scottish Premiership, Livingston and Celtic
That's impossible.
tied at 2. The Championship buzzers, Championship soccer, or excuse me, Championship football or Football Championship. Norwich City over Bristol City 2-0. Brentford over Luton Town. Oh, they're playing on Luton Town. 1-0 the score there. Queen's Park Rangers defeated Cardiff City 1-0. Millwall defeated Huddersfield Town 1-0. Middlesbrough defeated Nottingham Forest 2-1. Preston North End defeated Birmingham City 1-0. In the FA Women's Super League, Birmingham City women and Everton women were postponed due to a waterlogged pitch. In the FA Trophy second round, Boston United and Chesterfield ended in a 1-1 tie, but Chesterfield would win 4-1 on penalties. The FA Women's League Cup quarterfinals, Chelsea women defeated Manchester City women 4-2. Spanish La Liga, Getafe over Huesca 1-0. Real Betis over Celta Vigo 2-1. Villarreal and Granada ended in a 2-2 tie. The Copa del Rey Español, Real Sociedad defeated Cordoba 2-0. Alcoyano 2-1 winner over Real Madrid. In the Bundesliga, FC Köln over Schalke 2-1. Arminia Bleifield, or yeah, Bleifield, Arminia Bielefeld defeated Stuttgart 3-0. Bayern Munich defeated Augsburg 1-0. Leipzig defeated Union Berlin 1-0. Freiburg and Eintracht Frankfurt a 2-2 tie. In Italia Series A action, Udinese and Atalanta tied at 1. Lens over Marseille 1-0 in French League 1. In the Australian A-League, it was Brisbane Roar 2, Newcastle Jets 1, Perth Glory 5, Adelaide United 3. Belgian First Division A, Saint Trudence over Kortrijk 2-0. Kaz Eupen over Beerschot 3-1. Standard League over Mechelen 4-0. Club Bruges over Oostend 2-1. Royal Antwerp over Cercle Bruges 1-0. Brazilian Series A, Atlético Goianiense over Botafogo 3-1. Bahia defeated Atlético Paranaense 1-0. Grêmio over Atlético Mineiro 1-1 tie. Coritiba tied with Fluminense 3-3. Swiss Super League action: Young Boys 2, Lugano 0, St. Gallen 2, Vaduz 0. Turkish Super League, Kayserispor 3-0 over Gaziantep. Yeni Malatyaspor over Hayataspor 2-1, and Galatasaray over Denizlispor 6-1. There's your scores right there in a nutshell. And that means we go straight to the scoreboard. It's fun. Straighten up. There we go. Now I can see again. Okay, let's get to the reason we're here on the scoreboard. We're giving you more scores than ever before, darling. Whew. All right, let's get to the scoreboard. Get to the good games, and then we get lost. Lost in the emotional rhubarb. That is sports. All right, let's kick it in gear. We've already did the soccer, so we got basketball to do. That's right. Here we go. In the Euro Cup, top 16, Unix Kaizen defeated Gran Canaria 73-62. Virtus Bologna defeated JL Borg 99-87. Morabanc Andorra over Mormar Bar 74-71. Trento a 96-84 winner over Locomotive Cuban. Juventud Badalona over Nanterre 95-90. In hockey in Czech Republic, Trinek over Litvinov 2-1. In Finland, it was Lukko over Hämeenlinna 6-0. Helsinki over Jukrit 4-0. Pelicans over Ilves 6-2. JYP over Assad 4-3. Tapra over Salpa 6-1. And Turku over Vasansport 3-1. And guess what? We made it. We made it. We're done. We made it to the 45-minute mark. We are done for the evening. Thank you all for joining us. I'm Steve the Baxman Baxley, and we are back tomorrow night, same time, same place. We hope you watch. This has been a presentation of Mystifying Creativity Productions for the L2C Media Network and L2C Sports and YouTube. We will indeed talk to you tomorrow night, same time, same place. Until then, have a great night. Super day tomorrow. Blessings. Steve Baxley. Bye for now.